Yo, welcome back to the Cap. This is episode 227. That's RJ Leavich, and I am Nate Sperlin. This is your weekly tour through hip hop. And on this episode, we talk about two projects. The first one being Hall of Fame 2.0 from Polo G. And the second one asks a very crucial question: Who is Nardo Wick by Nardo Wick? We talk about that as well. Very, very, very saturated week of music. So we picked out the two most interesting projects. And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at OldMilk Media. And also, you can listen to this episode or watch this episode on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Verbal, Amazon Music, and more. So, RJ, say something.
Lewis Hamilton is the greatest Formula One driver ever.
All right. See you there. Yo, welcome back to the Cap. This is episode 227. That is RJ Leavich, and I am Nate Sperlin. It's your weekly tour through hip hop. Shout out to everybody who doesn't know what a foul is in the NBA anymore, because everybody be getting hit and they be sent to the floor, and it looks like a foul on the replay, but I guess referees are just blinder now, I guess. Thanks for listening on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Verbal, and more. Do us a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at OldMilk Media. Also, check out the OldMilk Spins playlist on Spotify. Check out episode 3 of the It's All Opinion podcast, where I interview the Black Vaccine, a rapper and self-taught guitarist out of Memphis. And finally, read my most recent article about the Grammy's best melodic rap category. All those links are in the description. Lots of good music this week. We had like some of the albums that we're not going to talk about here, but they're still worth checking out. ESTG's Bigger Than Life or Death Part 2, Tierra Whack's Rap, Lil Peep and Harry Fraud's High Fashion, and the most impressive, in my opinion, of all out of everything that we're not going to talk about, Kaz's Fortunate was a very good EP, 7 tracks. He has like YG on it. Very good.
And SZA dropped, by the way.
Oh yeah, SZA dropped. Wasn't that track like old or something? Like wasn't it like?
I didn't know. Yeah, but it's still a really good song.
Yeah, check out SZA too. What is it called?
TDE. I Hate You is the name of the song.
I Hate You. Oh, I thought you was singing Adele the whole time.
No.
What's that? Isn't there an Adele song that was kind of has the same sentiment, at least by the name of it?
Probably. No, Adele, she probably hit you.
I heard Adele was making niggas cry and shit. So
Adele was. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. The song My Little Love, like on God, My Little Love. If you check out My Little Love, that song deserves like a Freddie Gibbs and Earl Sweatshirt verse. Like,
yo, everybody
percent.
You really think so?
Would take the My Little Love beat and like do like Freddy Krueger.
Is Freddie Gibbs your favorite rapper?
Nah, but it was the perfect beat for him for sure.
All right. Because every time we get into yo, this needs a feature, who should be on it? You could be like Freddie Gibbs. You be pressing that button like the Staples Easy button.
I fought with Freddie Gibbs for a while. I think that he's my favorite not versatile, because I don't like, he's versatile, but not in like the same way that other rappers are.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's one of those guys where his features is like high value and high quality. Like, so I saw this post about like Lil Wayne, and I'm like, bro, Lil Wayne has done so many features in 2021, and like they're all so.
Lil Wayne got a feature on the Cordae new song.
Yeah, they were talking about that. That was like an example, and I was like, I don't know if like all the features are fire or like half of them are fire. Yeah. And I think that Lil Wayne is like one of those guys where like he can give off.
Also, where the wind blows, was it on Tyler's album?
Yeah.
That was a good feature too. But yeah, how you doing?
He always gives Tyler heat.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not?
Yeah. Yeah, but we got some.
How you doing? How was Thanksgiving?
It was good. No stuffing, dude. No stuffing. It was the first time for Thanksgiving that I ever like no desserts. Straight.
Wait, what?
No desserts.
No dessert on Thanksgiving?
2 plates, bro.
Yo.
It was the first time. I had never done that. Always, okay. I love desserts. I always like.
You know, you got to make up for it next year.
I always stay off from the extra like little like food or even like the beginning crackers or whatever, just so that I can have dessert. And I went straight for the second plate of turkey and
Yeah,
mac and cheese.
no.
I was like, I'm not fucking around.
No, I got some apple pie.
Shout out to
that
all the
was
ones
really,
that
really good.
took a walk with their cousin or their brother or whatever, whatever. Because I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was interesting. The Bears beat the Lions, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, look at them!" And it's like it's the Lions, guys.
It's the
Like,
Lions. It's the
relax,
Lions.
relax. But
Cowboys.
yeah. I mean, well, duh. It's about that year. It's about that time of year where Cowboys start cowboying. There's a reason why it's a verb for it. Patriots are America's team, as much as I hate it, but let's be honest.
No.
They're the only team. They're the only team that has exemplified excellence in football over the last 20 years.
That sounds racist when you say it like that.
It's true though. It's low-key true though. I mean, they're about to go to the playoffs again with Mac Jones, who
Mac Jones is nice, bro. You've been hating on Mac,
he is,
and I don't know if
he doesn't have the most.
some of the Mac Jones stuff, but I've been telling this nigga
Mac Jones
is nice. I told him in the beginning, and
you know what I said. You know what I say about Mac Jones? Mac Jones is like Dunkin' Donuts. You know the Dunkin' Donuts little slogan. Everybody runs on Dunkin'. Mac Jones runs on Dinkin' and Dunkin'. That's what Mac Jones is. There's no shame in it. But like out of all the quarterbacks that came out this year, the ones with the most potential, he's fifth. Like there's a reason why he's picked fifth. He's fine though. He's a good game manager.
if it's a crazy year for quarterbacks, then it don't matter.
What do you mean? I mean,
it's one of those situations where it's like if you live in the era of Peyton,
I mean, it also
Aaron, and Drew. Wait. If you lived in the era of Tom, Peyton, Aaron, Drew, someone be like, oh yeah, you like fifth, sixth. You're like, I'll take that.
I mean, also one thing I will also say is I feel like
Matt Ryan action.
Yuck, Matt Ryan not even yo.
It's me like like Joe Flacco, like
yo, ew.
now. I don't mean now. I'm talking about like 10 years ago.
Yo,
You not me.
Matt. Yo, I just want to say. Speaking of Matthew Stafford is just Matt Ryan, but on the West Coast. By the way, I just want to point that out. All I'm gonna say is that, like, for real, is that Mac Jones is he just ended up in the best situation, and that's why he's succeeding. I feel like if you put any of those four quarterbacks taken before him in that situation, it's the same thing. Because like Bill Belichick is arguably the smartest guy about football of all time.
One of the smartest coaches that
he gave.
Sports.
Did you see like a month ago he gave like a 10-minute answer about punting and long snappers?
Nah,
10 minutes.
That's the most
10 minutes. Anyway, let's get to some music here. Unless RJ wants to talk about his mans, but his basketball mans. But anyway, we got Polo G Hall of Fame 2.0. Let's start with that. 14 tracks, 34 minutes long. I was kind of confused because I was like, okay, 2.0, what does that mean? But it's essentially a deluxe. I thought it was gonna be like a whole separate album page, and it was just gonna be like 14 tracks, and that's it. Like no add-on.
Interview, right?
What interview?
He did an interview. I don't remember. Fuck, I'm so tired that I don't remember the interview. But the dude like asked him straight up. He was like, "Yeah, I heard that Hall of Fame 2.0 like it's going to be like a whole separate album. It's not going to be like a deluxe." And Polo G's answer was like, "It is and it isn't." That's literally what his answer was. Like it is and it isn't. Like it is a new album, but it's not a new album. Like. But that all of the new songs were like for his OG fans. Mm-hmm. So the additions were for the OG fans. On a label perception, it definitely is a new album. But like, what's your opinion on like Uzi when he dropped like
that?
Like what do you think that?
Lil Uzi versus the World 2 is an album in my opinion because it doesn't. Because of the simple fact that
when he dropped Eternal Take,
yes,
and then he dropped Lil Uzi
versus the World 2, yes,
like on top of it,
yes,
you considered it a completely separate project, and you
yes.
would like when you wanted to listen to like Eternal Take songs, you would go to separate projects, or you would just go to one.
I wouldn't listen to the full 34 songs together. It's either I'm listening to Lil Uzi Vert versus the World 2 or I'm listening to Eternal Take, because like Eternal, because also like what I was gonna say is the skits on it, like after like the little 5-second clips where he gets abducted or whatever, like those aren't on Lil Uzi Vert versus the World too, and that's like a huge thing that adds to the cohesiveness of the album, and also the fact that he explained how he divided the album up into like 3 versions of himself, and it was clear that Lil Uzi Vert versus the World 2 was just the ability, just him to give fans leaks that they wanted forever, that they thought they'd never get, because
fan edition. I think it's the same. I personally, I think that it's a slipperier slope than the deluxe thing that we've been watching artists do. That I think that both you and I don't really like.
Lil Uzi started.
Sure,
He started that shit.
I'm fine with that. But I'm talking about the niggas that like add like 6 or 7 songs. Like,
Yeah.
I think that I like this a little bit better.
Mhm.
A little bit better, but I think that it's like it depends on how you sequence it. Especially if you're gonna add like 14 songs, like that's OD, you know. But I personally wish that more artists dropped albums initially that were 10 to 14 and then did.
Yeah, I mean, I think
coming out with a double album and then turning into a triple album, like with relax, man.
Triple album.
We did not want that.
Triple album is terrible. Anyway, two things I want to say in response to that. ESTG, Bigger Than Life or Death Part 2, that also dropped this week, is a completely different album. Like it's a part 2. It's like it has no connection to Part 1 at all, which came out in June or July. The second thing I wanted to say was that this Hall of Fame 2.0, it kind of feels like there's like a lot of these rappers were gonna drop twice a year anyway. So if anything, it kind of seems like it's the best case in there. It's the better way for them to do that, from the standpoint of now they don't have to come up with a whole new concept. They could just add on to whatever they put out before. But let's get into the actual project. Like we said, Polo G Hall of Fame 2.0, 14 tracks, 34 minutes long. It features Lil Baby, Moneybagg Yo, Young Liv, NLE Choppa, and Lil TJ. Before I let RJ go, I just want to say something real quick. NLE Choppa's next album is probably going to be Heat, because he's had some great singles and his feature here was really good too. All right, RJ, go.
I'm weak that you said that, because I've been thinking about NLE Choppa too. He just did a single with 070 Shake. And he's made a lot of personality decisions and career decisions where I don't really know like what's good with him, and I'm like wondering. But I think that he has the ability. I think he has star power. I think he has the ability to make hits. So I think that NLE Choppa will be fine. Polo G. I when I think about these projects, especially the way that it works, is that I see an artist like staying relevant for, one time and another. You drop in the spring or whatever, you stay relevant for the summer, and then you drop more. Now you're relevant for the fall and the winter, and you kind of keep it going. I don't feel like it was necessary.
Yeah.
Because I personally think that it's smarter to drop right after Christmas and rather than now. Because you're going to last 2-3 weeks and someone's going to drop in January, or 2 niggas drop in January and you're done. Like Roddy Ricch is going to end up with the same exact shit that Please, excuse me for being antisocial or whatever, did, where he was like, no.
Wait. Can I stop you real quick? Because we have Earth Gang is going to come out with their next album on January. I forget what the exact date is, but in January. And additionally, the whole rumor behind the off season was that Earth Gang was going to drop on the same day as J. Cole. And they're hinting that this might be the situation now. So J. Cole might be dropping in January. On the same day as Earth Gang.
Still. Like, regardless, I think that like that early December, late December is a very interesting time to drop.
It is,
because you're going to miss out on a bunch of people that are listening to Christmas music.
Mariah Carey season.
Yeah. And naturally, like, niggas are like, I don't want to listen to like this shit. I play there's 1 month for the Christmas music. Like, don't play Polo G right now. But I think Smooth Criminal is crazy. And I think what annoys me is that I don't feel like as a single, it was given enough energy and time. And I don't mean in the song. I mean in like it was rushed to a certain extent. In this, like I feel like that could carry a whole album. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that could carry a Polo G year. And I don't feel like they were treating it like that because they don't necessarily have to.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if that was the lead single to what was next, I think that it would have gone so much harder. And I think that it's gonna get lost to the ether. I think that it was a total mistake. I think that they dropped the single way too, like I feel like it was like a month ago when they started doing the actual like video.
No, it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe.
It was like 2 weeks ago. I just feel like the timing was.
I mean, also, so the fact of the matter is that for the hype video that, because you know all these rappers put out hype videos before they release albums now, the instrumental of that was on the hype video as well. So I guess it was a situation where they didn't want to make fans wait that long or wait the extra week to hear the full song. I think some things could have been done better. I think I'd like Smooth Criminal more if it was longer. I think that some of these songs should have been longer, especially Start Up Again with Moneybagg Yo. It just cuts off after Moneybagg Yo's verse, and it's like we're on to the next song already. Like I'm still open to liking this song. And I also think that he gets so much, there's so many jokes about it, and he put the name, like he has a song called Piano G on this project, and he gets so many jokes about it, but I really genuinely think that's his best bag. I think Melodic Polo G is all the songs that I like from Polo G this year that I've been listening to on repeat, aside from one song, which I'll tell you right now, Clueless with Pop Smoke and Fabio Foreign. That's like the only song out of that bag that I really, really want to listen to and go back and listen to. But aside from that, all these other songs are Melodic Polo G tracks because I don't know. I think he just has a nice feel for how to execute those types of tracks. And I think that on the tracks where he's rapping, he kind of rushes himself too much. And it's like, you want to give off that energy. You want to give off that savageness, I guess, that you're trying to portray through these lyrics. But at the same time, I don't know. It just doesn't hit me the same way it does others.
I hear that. I mean, I think that there's things he does well, things that he doesn't do well. I still don't know why Rapstar went number one. So
that's a good song.
My understanding of Polo G is like a little bit confused because that's not my favorite. That's not my favorite Polo G bag. You know what I mean? I think that Polo G is a really fire rapper. I think that Smooth Criminal is like sick. I love when rappers are like, I'm going to go out the box and make it feel like I should be here. Like I should have been here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and I feel like that is what Smooth Criminal is to me. It reminds, not like, I think in what it's sampling, it reminds me so much of that in the intro to Championships, I think. Where Meek Mill where he
I can
some
feel
crazy
it
song.
coming
We're all like, nah, Jay-Z paid for that song. He paid for that sample song. Like I love when like people like do that shit because
that might be the second best Meek Mill intro track. If we had to rank them, it might be the second one. Second best.
It's up there. It's definitely top 3.
Yeah.
And I think that Polo G is like a really good artist, but sometimes you're like, oh, this wasn't smart, and you like wasted your time. Because I think that a lot of artists are not shooting for longevity; they're shooting for like relevance and staying relevant. And I think that Polo G is an artist that's good enough. He doesn't need to do that. I think Lil Baby is an artist that he does not need to do that because of his demand on features. I think Lil Durk has turned into a person that doesn't have to do that because of demand on features. I think 21 Savage is a guy that's done that because he literally anything. We'll take anything. You know what I mean? Single feature, whatever, we'll take it. You know what I mean? I think that Polo.
Me especially, I'll take anything from 21 Savage.
No, and there's a lot of artists that are like,
Yeah.
a lot of fans that are like that for 21 Savage specifically. And I think that Polo G, like Rap Star, was like, oh, does he have like one of those fan bases where he can like drop a random fire song and it goes #1?
Yes.
And like, that's the power. That's
Apparently,
the power.
yes.
And if he has that, then he don't need to do this 2.0 shit. But I get it. Because I think that I love artists that are like, I've sold out. So I'm going to drop the heat that my OG fans have been like, where did it go since you've sold out? I fuck with that heavily. Every single time you see an artist be like, yeah, I'm dropping some shit for my OG fans, that nigga sold out and he knows. You ain't never going to hear an artist say, this from my real fans, unless that nigga know he sold out and he okay with it. Like, why would you say that? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to say. So I appreciate it. I think that it should have been after Christmas, because I think that Polo G has like a fan base. It's like, especially if you're gonna drop something for the fans, it's like, you know, like drop it at a point where it's like we start the year off with new shit rather than end the year with shit. Because it's like, that's just like, it'll come and go. And I feel like music already naturally comes and goes at a faster pace than music ever has.
Additionally, this might be one of the most busy Decembers of all time in hip hop.
Yeah.
Because we have Roddy Ricch dropping, we have Juice WRLD, the documentary and the album dropping. I think I'm not sure which one comes first, but I know one Juice WRLD thing is dropping next week, and then the other will drop the week after. So maybe this is a turning point of the whole stay away from December release dates.
I think that 2022 is a year that you need to stay away from. I think that Are
you saying that they should burn that hard drive, brother?
I think we're gonna have 3 of the top 5 rap artists drop again. Happened in 2021. I think it's gonna happen again.
J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. Who's the third?
I think Drake's gonna drop again. No. CLB didn't do what it was supposed to. CLB didn't do what it was supposed to.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
It's the #1 streamed album of the year. You know that's what it's. You know that's what its purpose was.
You know Drake about streets, bro. He about streets, bro. He ain't beat Kanye. He didn't. He didn't. You know that Drake is a perception guy. He's not a because everyone knew that.
I feel like
Drake's team's like, nigga, we gonna do these numbers, nigga. We gonna do these numbers. You know that Ye don't do those numbers no more. It don't matter about that.
I feel like
social perception.
But I feel like
social perception battle, in your opinion.
I can make an argument both ways, because you know there's people who only give a fuck about stats, and Drake dominated that.
I agree with you, but at the end of the day, is like, you know that Drake knew that the stats was gonna come in. Stats was signed, sealed.
Yeah, you could tell because of what he dropped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like I get what you're saying in the sense of like, yeah, some niggas are gonna care about numbers, and Drake's team is always gonna try to play the numbers. But Drake's team also understands beforehand, before the album drops, they gonna do numbers. So they also understand that the Richter scale of shit ain't just about numbers, because that nigga was salty. The Scorpion drop, and Scorpion was breaking every record. And there was not a single Kanye project that got anywhere near.
Certified Lover Boy.
Around 2019, being like, yeah, Drake lost. Drake took an L.
I mean, Certified Lover Boy got a Grammy though. Like what? Like how? Like aside from, it's nominated for a Grammy. It's nominated for a Grammy. My fault. So aside from the actual quality of music, what I'm saying is that aside from the actual quality of music, what more could Certified Lover Boy have accomplished that it didn't do?
It's like, okay, everyone thought that before Certified Lover Boy was titled Certified Lover Boy, everybody thought it was gonna be Take Care 2. Then we're like, okay, Certified Lover Boy, and he did the whole promo shouting out all the old albums. At the end of the day, you and I both know, and everyone knows, that CLB dropped, and the common consensus was this album is underwhelming.
Does everyone know that? Because I've had people argue with me that this is his best album.
I think that a lot. I'm not saying that. No, I've had arguments with like, I really enjoy this album. I'm not saying that's not true, but I'm saying is that more so than usual.
Yeah.
A lot of people came out saying this album isn't as good as I want it to be.
Yes, that's true. That is true. Yes.
And Drake, who's used to having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs be the top songs of the year.
Mhm.
Way too sexy. It was way too sexy.
No,
And
it's
you
not.
can maybe argue fair trade,
Let me.
but it wasn't the same.
One of my friends in my group chat dropped a list from NPR about the best hip hop songs this year, and they're the only people who got it right because Knife Talk is on there.
Oh, right. You like Knife Talk.
Knife Talk is the only good song on Certified Lover Boy. The only good song. Yeah, no, I feel you, but I'm just splitting hairs between what we're naming here.
Because I definitely think a lot of people like Knife Talk, and Knife Talk stayed up at top 10 for a while. Is that Drake is used to having a bunch of radio hits for the last 3-4 albums since Views came out.
Yeah.
I mean, before that, obviously before that.
I mean,
since Views came out, it's just like straight up, we gonna at least 2-3, certified pop hits. He didn't have that this time. And that also means something to a guy like Drake. Because at the end of the day, is that Drake really did sell 100 less first week than Scorpion. And the fall off from the first week to the second week of listening was more than 100 mil.
Yeah, it was
Drake
drastic.
Not one of them niggas that just looks at one numbers. They clocking the numbers. So I would not be surprised if Drake came back with some, y'all niggas really, really thought that I was gonna go, and I'm not going. Because that's the thing, is that Drake is one of those niggas that he's an emotional nigga. So dropping an album.
Why is that the preference? He's an emotional nigga, and this is why.
His music is reactionary. That's obviously he's emotional. There's a lot of niggas that are in the game that are emotional, and we know that.
It's just hilarious. Yeah.
Reactionary artist.
Mm-hmm.
And like, even, all the stories that have come out even in the past 18 months of people being in the studio with him, and him literally just having bitches there just like that, have women
that he doesn't talk to.
Yeah, that he doesn't talk, and just like having those, and then literally like putting in the song and be like, yeah, I got 100 women around me, like, we just vibing. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, he's getting that ass. Is that like Drake usually around his album is running around being victory lapping.
Mm-hmm.
Big victory lapper. He loves the victory lap. I just dropped my album. We went off. Everybody loved it. I'm the king of the world. That did not happen this year. It didn't. He was not running around on the. He really wasn't.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now, I will say that like he wasn't outside like he usually is.
I mean, who really is?
Yeah, exactly. So like, there's that, and I would also say that like one of his first times being out was Astroworld. So can't really, you know what I mean? That's kind of puts you in a position where you're not gonna be out for like, you're probably gonna stay in after that. So like there's that, but I really, really do think that Drake's a perception guy. I don't think that his brand is in the position that he wants it to be. And Drake's one of those guys that he knows that niggas are waiting for him, regardless, no matter when he dropped.
Oh,
so I would not be surprised. I would be very here. I'm not even gonna say that. I would not be surprised if he dropped. I'd be very surprised if Drake allowed J. Cole and Kendrick to run a year without him, because that is dangerous as fuck.
I have. Let me just be the narrator for a second. Kendrick is gonna run the year with or without him. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
That's not my point. Like, it's in the same sense. Like Drake, numbers wise, ran the year, but at the end of the day, he had to share attention with. Regardless, he had to share attention with Kanye. No matter what the numbers were and who got more backing, whatever, he had to share some of the attention with Kanye. I know how big Kendrick is. If Drake was going to drop on the same weekend as Kendrick, we have to give attention to Drake.
I don't think that he's going to do that, though.
I'm not saying that he would do that, but I'm saying I don't think that it would be smart for the OVO brand for Drake to have dropped a lackluster album and then let J. Cole run rampant with his retirement album, and then let Kendrick.
I don't think it's the retirement album coming out.
The album.
It's not the retire. It's the because he had a list that he made I think last year.
Is that the fall off?
No, it's a boy is next.
It's a boy.
Yeah, That's what's supposedly supposed to be next.
I don't want that chance. I have a son. Get that shit out of my face. I don't want.
I mean,
I don't want.
that's really returning to Polo G.
Now he about to drop a. I have a kid. I have a kid.
I mean,
him and Kill Edward. I have a kid.
Isn't Kill Edward him?
Yes, it's him.
Anyway,
Thinking about how he has a kid.
Anyway,
I
have way more faith in J. Cole to release that album than to release an album that's better than what's the name of the Chance album?
The Big Day.
Yeah, that. Anyway, I genuinely forgot.
Hey, real Chance fans. Hey man.
Yeah, that ain't me.
We like Yankees fans. We like Mets fans. We like Knicks. We just waiting. We gonna come back. The greatness gonna be restored one day. One day.
Hey, bro. Anyway. If let's stay in Chicago for a second. Talking about, we got on this tangent because we're talking about Polo G and if it was smart for him to release Hall of Fame 2.0 at this point in the year, just to wrap everything up and put a nice bow on it, because Christmas time is coming. So that's for you guys, that's for the fans. We're not going to go on tangents without putting a bow on stuff and getting the right wrapping paper for it. We use Scotch tape, by the way. Anyway, honestly, I'll just rip through it. I don't even care. What are your favorite tracks on Hall of Fame 2.0?
It's really it's just Smooth Criminal. Like Smooth Criminal.
Really?
I mean, it's like yes.
Man, he sleep. Anyway.
Okay, wait, hold on, don't do that. Cause now you're not.
Oh, you don't want to snore? My fault. I was gonna let you snore.
I like Batman, Black Man in America, and Unapologetic, and Suicide. I actually like Suicide. I don't really usually like.
So going back to earlier in the year, when I said that Polo G and Lil TJ would be nice if they made a collab tape together, and you laughed me off the pod. Do you maybe want to, you want to change up your statement?
I don't know. I honestly should be jacking Lil TJ more, being from New York.
Apparently, Lil TJ had the 10th best streaming album of the year in hip hop.
It's that New York City power, bro. Bro, fucking Young M.A. fucking got a bunch of certifications. Well, not a bunch, but she got certified again recently. And she's only independent, bro. New York City niggas really will carry you.
Yo, where's Joey Badass?
We will carry your shit.
Yo, where's Joey Badass?
That ass.
I know he
coming. I thought he did.
I know he on whatchamacallit, he on the Wu-Tang the Wu-Tang show. No, it's done. Like season 2 is over.
But he's also raising Kanan too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yo.
He's either raising Kanan or BMF, one of them.
This nigga gonna end up fucking being like fucking Childish Gambino. Just gonna fucking give up on rap.
He gonna end up like Ludacris.
Or Ice Cube. Yeah, but then both of them like retire when their careers were not when they weren't in their prime.
Ice Cube and Ludacris?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard to say because I feel like both Ludacris and Ice Cube got into acting right after their primes, like took advantage of their primes and started getting into acting, and then like they started acting and they stopped dropping albums. And then they dropped they did like a comeback album. And
yeah.
We're like, oh, we've been waiting for it. And then it was trash. And we're like, okay, go back to acting. Like,
I mean, because what I'm trying to say is that I feel like All American Badass, there's a legit argument to be made that's Joey Badass's best album. People argue 1999, but that's a mixtape, and also, well, you can argue regardless. And also Awaken My Love came out in 2015, I believe. And some people will argue that is Childish Gambino's best album. I wouldn't. I think that it's out between camp and because of the internet. But some people love that album. And then he does Atlanta. Cool. We're still waiting for Atlanta, by the way. What the fuck happened to that?
That they shot. I think they finished shooting recently.
Nigga, the last season came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but they one of them shows that they can do whatever they want.
I don't know about that. I feel like you gotta give me. I feel like you gotta give me more.
In his Disney bag.
He was Eternals.
And,
Did you see that movie?
No,
I didn't see it.
I wanted to.
Yo, you know what I'm excited about? You know what I'm excited about? I'm gonna just say 2 words. Hello, Peter. Hello, Peter. Yo, when he said that, yo, I'm not gonna hold you. This is, and then we'll get to Nardo Wick after this. I'm not gonna hold you. All they needed to do for that trailer was put what's his Alfred Molina saying hello, Peter, and I would have been sold. That's all it needed to be.
I don't think they revealed too much. They did not need to reveal that much.
I mean, unless they have so much more that they didn't reveal. I'm excited. I am so excited.
Villain. The only thing that they
Yeah.
left to reveal, and everybody feels like they've what's the word? Everyone feels like the trailer edited out the other Spider-Mans, and like I don't give a fuck one way.
I'm excited.
But I think that they
Get Andrew and Toby back right now.
they should have had the Hello Peter be like off camera. Like
That was crazy. No. I needed that. I needed that.
no.
Also, last thing on Spider-Man, there's another Spider-Verse movie coming out. They just put out a trailer like 2 days
bro.
ago.
They said they're working on part 1 and part 2 simultaneously.
Yeah, I don't understand why they said part 1. I don't really like when movies do that.
2-part. That means it's trilogy.
Yeah. I mean, you could just have a trilogy and not have one named part 1 and part 2.
Nigga, they milking it for money. Why?
No, I'm just saying that just like how like the Kingsmen, like those movies, they are never named the same thing. Like, you don't have to have a part 1 and a part 2. You could have just named it that and then came up with a different name for the third one, is all I'm saying.
I feel like it's wild that that they be having like 8 Spider-Mans running around at the same time.
I mean, if we're gonna explore the different universes, it better be Spider-Man, because I don't really
Asian Spider-Man, like we need Hawaiian Spider-Man,
we lit,
African Spider-Man,
we lit,
Spider-Man,
we're lit, bro.
You know,
we're lit. But moving on. Oh wait, let me tell you my favorite tracks on Polo G. Oh my god. Anyway, Polo G's Hall of Fame 2. My favorite tracks are Unapologetic featuring NLE Choppa, Suicide featuring Lil TJ, Piano G, and All Right. I have like most of the album in my playlist though, which and last thing, I also think it might be more cohesive than the first one, because I feel like on the first one there were a lot of other hit attempts on it compared to this one.
It's another example of like me being like, why didn't you could have just made a good album out of these 2.
Moving on,
an album of no skips, but instead you made 2 albums with.
I mean, we also don't know how long. We also don't know how when these tracks were made. Like, they could have been made after the fact.
Take more time on their album.
Yes.
And tell we've been talking. You already know them.
Where the podcast at? Nardo Wick. Who is Nardo Wick? I'm gonna ask it like a question. 18 tracks, 49 minutes long, featuring Future, Lil Baby, Hit Boy, G Herbo, Lil Durk, 21 Savage, Lakia, and Big 30.
Nardo Wick.
That's a very. I think that this album might have answered some questions with that. I mean, also the 2 hits that he had, because after Who Wants Smoke, me or something. What Lil Baby and Future? With Future start?
Yeah, I know. Yes. I don't know if it's. Is it a certified hit?
It's gonna be.
It?
It's gonna be.
I don't know if it's certified. Is it a certified lover boy?
RJ, what did you think about Nardo Wick's new album?
I thought it was fire, dude. I mean, I thought that he came in with his own flow, his own style. You know that I fuck with niggas when they come in with their own style, and don't sound like somebody else, don't sound like they copying somebody. I feel like his really it reminds me of like lullabies, and kind of like the ways that he goes about his tricks were like
Pretty sure he has a song named Lullaby.
For y'all are unique moments that are in the lyrics that people remember, something like that. Is that, him being like A, B, C, D, E, or like that type of shit, or like what the fuck is that? Like any of those things, like I think that he's gonna have to find a little versatility, because he was doing too much of the like he's doing a little bit too much of that, because that's
Are we in a club?
It's gonna get boring. That is gonna get boring. But for now, fire. Love it. Love the different ways that he did it. Love the fact that he stuck with it. Because I think that a lot of niggas are like, I don't want to sound too. And it's like, nah, bro. If that's your shtick, stick with it. We gonna ride with you. We gonna fuck with it. I won't be fucking singing the alphabet on your track. Like, bet. So I think that shit was fire. I think that it's cool. I'm excited to see where he grows. I think that his beats are really fire. He has to link with Metro. I need the Metro link right now.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to see. I want to see him less features with like melodic rappers. I don't think that he needs to link with melodic rappers.
I mean,
song with Future, like that song with Future, I felt.
Oh yeah, that was melodic. Yeah,
those are two different songs.
I mean, Future.
I'm not saying
came
it wasn't
in
a hit. I'm not saying Future didn't do his thing, but I was like, like Nardo Wick, like, why did you get on this song in between like two niggas that are not gonna sound nothing like you, and like go about the song completely different than you? Because that is what Future did.
Yeah, that is what happened. That is what happened. I mean,
I'm not saying it's not a hit. I'm just saying it's like, I don't think that he needs to link. I don't think that the melodic rappers are the niggas that he needs to link with, because I think that like he is a spitter, and I feel like that's why. And I feel like, you know, when he got G Herbo and Lil, if you get on a song and Lil Durk is like, all right, I gotta really rap now. That shows you where your bag is, and it's like stay over there. And like, you know, I mean, you know, we talk about experimenting and how melodic rap is taking over rap anyway. So any rapper wanting to try it like makes sense to me. I'm not gonna be mad at them, and I'm not saying that he was or he wasn't, but I definitely think that feature wise, niggas that can keep up with him and not be like, oh, I'm listening to this song for another nigga. Like, I just think that some of the features were a little bit misplaced, because I think that he's like he's a rapper's rapper, personally.
Yeah, this is a very good introduction to Nardo Wick. His sound is still raw. There's still a lot of refining that needs to be done, but it's like, what if I don't know if this is his first one or not, or this is one of his first few for sure. I don't know if it's the first one. But he definitely has a signature sound, especially through the lyrics of counting or the alphabet, or even just random sound effects throughout. He did that a lot throughout the project. He also has a lot of repetitive hooks, but they go hard because of his voice. The beat, I love the point you made about Metro, because the beats here sound like beats that Metro can make. Kid Hazel actually produced one of the beats on this project, and Kid Hazel works with Metro Boomin from time to time, so maybe it's a closer to being reality than not. But overall, good project. There's some songs here that I want to listen to a lot. I think that maybe some of these songs might go hard in the gym. I got to try that out this week. But aside from that, good introduction to Nardo Wick.
For shit. Yeah, man, great debut. And man, what's the last time we had like a great debut, man? Like a great debut. I mean, ESTG, great debut. I think it was a good debut. I don't know if that was like an official debut, but I kind of considered it a debut because he wasn't on anybody's radar, and then he was on everybody's radar.
That's a good question, actually.
But I think that this is like a great debut, and I don't remember when was the last time like we had like a great debut.
There has to be had one this year.
Who?
There has to be.
Who?
Let me go through.
I don't even know.
Hey, bro.
Nardo Wick, my rookie of the year.
You think Nardo?
Of the year.
I
don't know who the other options are, but they lose. Flo Milli was
that was last year.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like about to say. I was like, nah, she been my rookie. She a vet. Huh?
You might be right. This might be the best debut. Yeah,
are we like, is Baby Keem a rookie?
Yeah, he's a rookie. But I like this. I mean, I think this project's more cohesive than the Melodic Blue.
If Baby Keem's a rookie, then it's like
Baby Keem's album was interesting.
It's a Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, like,
and Donovan Mitchell deserves to win.
Yeah, but I think that Ben Simmons is Baby Keem, and he will win.
No, Nardo Wick would be Ben Simmons.
No, Nardo
because Baby Keem is more versatile.
Baby Keem has been in the game already. He dropped Orange Soda like 2-3 years ago,
okay.
And he came under Kendrick Lamar in the same way that Ben Simmons literally got to like watch a season, know what the game is, and then pull up ready. And this nigga Nardo Wick had to figure it out like in the same year, like all on the flash.
That's a valid point. I was thinking from the standpoint of on a track, like in terms of skill set, Baby Keem and Donovan Mitchell are more versatile than Ben Simmons and Nardo Wick. But
I mean storylines in the sense of like Ben Simmons pulled up, and when like no matter how good what he was, I feel like it was the hype of like we've been waiting for you. And
he was the number 1 overall pick.
Donovan Mitchell had to surprise niggas.
Yeah.
And be like,
and he did.
Y'all didn't know that I was nice? Like, I'm nice.
And he got Paul George out of there. First round. And one of many.
Because like Baby Keem, one of them niggas where it's like, oh yeah, like I know that nigga already. Like sort of. And like he's nice. And like Nardo was like, nah, I've never heard him, but like he's clearly nice. Like off rip. So that's kind of like why I made that comparison. But I think that, you know, it's one of those situations where I might give it to both of them, because at the end of the day, like what for a rap head, that like melodic trap rap, like standard rap, average rap head. What song went harder than Family Ties?
I've heard people make it's still gonna be the same artist, but I've heard people say that Range Brothers is better than Family Ties, which I don't understand. I don't understand that. Yeah, it's the same thing, but I was just volunteering the argument that I think is
he's Baby Keem.
Yeah, like he is, but you know, like nobody was like, yo, all you nice niggas, I'm better than you. Burn all your shit. You're trash compared to me. You might be number 2, but number 2 is trash. Like, there was none of that. Yeah, you know, unless it's the Olympics.
Right now, it was not him as Baby Keem. So Nardo Wick, rookie of the year right now. I'm gonna ride with him for now. And
I feel like someone else has to be. I feel like someone else has to be in the conversation, but I'm forgetting right now.
So we're gonna come.
Yeah, we gotta.
I'm be like this. Yeah, my fault. I forgot.
What are your favorite tracks off of this Nardo Wick album? I'm gonna be basic and say the hits: "Me or Something" featuring Lil Baby and Future, and "Who Wants Smoke" featuring Lil Durk, 21 Savage, and G Herbo. Some of the other tracks that I put in my playlist are "Bland Bloom," "Play With Me," "Lullaby," "Poppin' Out" featuring Big 30, and "Shh."
Yeah, shh. Bland Boom. Who Wants Smoke, of course. Wicked Freestyle, Wickman, Chop Chop.
I might go back and listen to Chop Chop again, because I liked it, but I didn't like it enough to put it in the playlist. But I like it enough to give it a second chance. So we'll see. Anyway, we're recording on a Sunday and Lamar plays in 40 minutes, so you know what time it is. That being said,
get into Formula One. There's one race left. It's Abu Dhabi. The top 2 racers are tied. It is very rare that the season gets decided in the last fucking race. It is very, very, very rare. We have one of the best seasons ever. And if Lewis Hamilton wins, he will be the first racer to ever win 8 championships, and he's a black man. Ooh, I know they mad.
I know Formula One is RJ's favorite sport, but RJ ain't say shit about the Knicks all podcast.
That's true. I didn't. Bing bang, nigga.
And we got New York City got everybody around the country saying bing bong, and people want to question the poll of New York City still. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's crazy.
Because we got
objectively, bing bong is fucking dumb. Yeah, like that's a fucking dumbass thing to say. But look at us getting the whole country to say.
Doors don't sound like that. That's not how the subway doors sound.
No, it depends on what train. It depends on what train.
No.
All right, you take if you take the 3, it sounds like bing bong. The old trains.
I be taking the 3 all the time. I took the 3 yesterday.
You gotta take the earbuds out. Just listen for like one stop.
Right, my fault.
You gotta hear the bing bong. Anyway, this is the Cab episode 227. That's RJ Levichin. I am Nate Sperlin. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow OldMilk on Twitter and Instagram at OldMilk Media. Once again, read my most recent article about the Grammy's best melodic rap category, and check out the OldMilk Spins playlist. On Spotify. Updates every Thursday with new music curated by yours truly. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Is it Omni or Omi?
Omni.
So why is there no N?
There is an N.
No, they be like Omicron. That's how they spell it. OMI cron.
They must have.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This one. Yeah. Anyway, that's going around. Yeah, don't do that.
That shit did not start in Africa.
Hell no.
Niggas tell you that shit started in Africa. Tell them niggas they lying, bro. Them niggas is wrong, bro. That shit is racism straight up. It didn't. No, bro. Y'all don't know shit. Europe didn't tell you. Africa was like, bro, we gotta watch out. Y'all motherfuckers don't want to say nothing when new shit comes around. You just want to ban people. Let me tell you something. Get ready. Another wave coming because y'all wanted to blame Africa and it wasn't us.
Nah, that's real shit. Anyway, wear your mask. Get vaccinated. Get triple vaccinated if you're at that point. I'm not yet, but I will be soon. So anyway, see you next time. Yeah, no, the Waynes?
We're not the Waynes.
Oh yeah, the Waynes. I don't know why I thought Lil Wayne for a second. Anyway, we'll catch y'all. We'll be back. No.